Hey everybody, welcome to another Wednesday night book show here on the Cool and Common Stream. That's right, every Wednesday night we got another book show for you. Tonight it's Vintage and Antiquarian. So every Wednesday it's something. Do an antiquarian show, sex and related, not playboys and pornography, or pornography, but just adult books about adult topics. Mystery, suspense, fantasy, horror, sci-fi, kids book rate train every once in a while. All kinds of fun here. But tonight it is vintage and antiquarian book night, and I will humbly say I got some bangers here for you. Bangers. Chuck, I got bangers here. Crazy good books. Let me just start showing and sharing what we don't sell. We'll put on the back wall there so everybody can see it as they come in. And let us take a look. All right. I'm going to start with one of the bangers. We're starting big. Here we go. Check out this gorgeous book. Woman in Girlhood, Wifehood, and Motherhood by Dr. M. Solis Cohen. We got to appreciate this book for a second. A guide in hygiene, toxicology, and pediatrics. Check this out. It's got your requisite wear around the edges. All right. Look at this book. 1906. 1906 this book is. Insane. The binding little loose but in good shape. It's all there. It's not going anywhere. This thing has multiple color book plates that are absolutely gorgeous. Admiring the baby. Woman, her responsibilities and her duties at all periods of life. A guide in the maintenance of her own health and that of her children. Profusely illustrated with color plates, scientific drawings, and half-tone engravings. A mannequin chart with an index. Woo! This book is unbelievable. I'll just read through some of the chapters here. Chapter 1, The Basis of Beauty. Chapter 2, Bathing as a Means of Health and Beauty, or for fun and recreation. Chapter 3, The Care of the Teeth, Nails, and Hair. Chapter 4, The Figure, How to Develop a Graceful Carriage. How to get that badonkadonk. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, 1906, they're talking about badonkadonk. Chapter 5, Clothing from a Hygienic and Artistic Standpoint. Chapter 6, Food and Drink. Chapter 7, Work, Rest, Recreation. Part 2, A Woman's Life. Today on a very special episode of the Cool and Common Stream, we'll dive deep into a woman's life. Anatomy, physiology, the period of puberty, passing from childhood to womanhood, the monthly phenomena. The monthly phenomena. Phenomena, do do be do do. Phenomena, do do be do. Phenomena, do do be do boo. Hey, your friend's here. Purity. Chapter 11, Purity. Chapter 12, Marriage and Courtship. Chapter 13, Hereditary and its relation to marriage and consanguinity. The basis of happiness in married life. Pregnancy, the development. I mean, it just goes on, all right? I'm not going to read it all. But it is a beautiful book. And considering it's from 1906, it's got glossaries, it's got diagrams, accidents and emergencies, miscarriage and its prevention, care of the body after death. Ooh, let's see what's in here. The doctors, all kinds of just gorgeous plates, book plates, all that kind of stuff. There you go. Anatomy, physiology. I did do a little research. This one, let me pull it up. I got $25 on this book. I got $25 on it. I'm going to keep the weight light, and I'm just going to, let me start it at I'll just do 20. $20, 15 seconds, 1906. Woman, wifehood, motherhood, a guide. It's a guide. Last few seconds on woman. All right. Let's put this woman back. Nice and easy. Right there. All right. Next. Anybody here in a fraternity, sorority? Oh, that's the next book. Hold on. Here you go. 1929, The Record, Upper Moreland High School Yearbook. 1929. I was actually reading through some of the, all the great ads in here, but I was reading through some of the, what the future holds. How about this? 1929, Chevrolet ad. They got some of the newspaper headlines from 1929. There's the features. The pictures in here are really neat. The Monogram Club. That sounds like fun. Girls basketball. Oh my God, they're showing their knees. Girls hockey. Basketball, baseball. There's the sport. Football. Look at the latest in football technology. There you go. There's the leather caps. Nice. The band, activities, the class prophecy. Here you go. It's funny. The class prophecy. So Irma Cryer has caught a glimpse of 20 years hence, and has found that many changes have taken place among her classmates of 1929. She has seen herself spending a sunny afternoon in the year of 1949 in the company of Anna. So it's just what their wishes and hopes were for 20 years in the future. 1949. Sorry guys, things are going to get a little rough here. Things are going to get a little rough. 1942. Things get a little tough. Let's see. Irma May Cryer. Commercial. Gay Irma, with her ever-present grin and daring deeds, has brightened many a dreary day for all those who have come into contact with her. Captain of the girls' hockey team in her junior year, a member of the varsity basketball team, yada yada yada. A couple of studs here, rocking the bow ties. There was one other thing I wanted to highlight here. There was, sayings. All the hot sayings. You know, every generation has its slang, right? Let me see if I could find it. I forget if it was before or after the. Not a lot of people in this high school, if you noticed. Activities. Let's see. No, class prophecy. The class will. Oh boy. Maybe it's back here. If I can't find it, I'm just going to run it. Don't worry about it. But features, sports, the debate club, the safety patrol, features, school newspapers, alma mater. I can't find it. I thought it was interesting though. It had all the students' favorite phrases and all the cool hip jargon from the 1920s. Here you go. Reminiscences of the class of 19. I know I'm spending way too much time on this, but I'm having fun. So, reminiscences of the class of 2029. Here, so it goes by student, and for each student, they ask them, "Where do you shine? What's your ambition? What's your hobby? What's your favorite expression? Your treasured possession? What's your need? And what's your destiny?" Here are some favorite expressions from 1929. My word. Oh, I thought I'd die. Talking about me? Oh, heck. My heavens. My cow. Hot toddy. Let's go to the movies. Did you go to the dance? I'm hungry. Oh, yeah. Curses. You go home. Hello, sweetheart. Take you out tonight? You don't say so. Sure does. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's good. Oh, go on. I'll do it. Wait a minute. Do what? All right, it's the 1929 Upper Moreland High School yearbook. Do 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 do. 5 on it. Definitely worth it for the pictures alone, I think. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. All right, I'll try to talk less about each book now. I'll try to talk a little less about each book. But I make no promises. Here's a very cool one. 1933. I'm not holding this backward. It's The Tabernacle. Mazor. Nice red edge stain, still bright, from 1933. Little tear there on the spine. 1933 Star Hebrew Book Company. Oh, come on. Come on. Ah, these pages. Let's not stress the pages. This is the Service for the Feast of Tabernacles, Revised English Edition by Simon Glaser from the Hebrew Publishing Company, 1933. So it does read right to left, and it has all the ceremonies for the Sabbath in Hebrew and in English. So Hebrew on the right, English on the left. Pretty cool. 1933 Tabernacle. Got 8 on this one. We'll run it for 5. Your book back here. Let's see who's been coming in. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. Good to see Mal was here. Mama, Donnie, Izzy. All right, I'm going to put this one the other way. Again, just to kind of keep it there in the line of sight. Granger offers professional grade products, easy ordering, and next day delivery, making them the go-to. Another insane book, Gold Dust, by Charlotte Young, 1897. Crazy good. Crazy good. Let me read the inscription. Carmeletta Skeen, presented by the Sunday School of the Lutheran Church of the Transfiguration, Christmas 1897. Inscribed 1897. I can't believe this cover is in such great shape. A collection of golden counsels for the sanctification of daily life, edited by Charlotte Young. Copyright 1897. Insane. Beautiful. I mean, the spine, everything. It looks like it could have. It looks like it could have come out of a bookstore yesterday. Little corner bump here. Gold dust. Put it right there for you. I got 10 on this one. Most of these tonight I did do a little homework on. If you do see anything here you're interested in and you want to bundle something together or you want to talk price, just let me know. I'm not one of those sellers that's going gonna yell and scream and gripe about price. All right. Always happy to talk price. Gordon, what's up? All right, volume 1 and 2 of Temple Worship. This one's got some wear on it. Spine's a little shot. Don't have the back end there. It does have the 2 covers, but this one is full. Loose page on the back, but it is complete to page 382. Different psalms, different religious songs, harvest praise, triumphant Zion. I didn't see a year in here. Let's see. Some of the songs are copyright 1900, so it's early 1900s. All right, temple worship. Again, I'm going to keep the weight light, but let's just start it for $3. 15 seconds, $3. Up and running on Temple Worship, volumes 1 and 2. Last few seconds. All right. This next one I had to do some research because I couldn't find a year on it. And I think I was able to figure it out. This is the Franklin Authentic Street Atlas of Philadelphia and the suburbs from the Franklin Survey Company on Chestnut Street in Philadelphia. Bob, good to see you. How you doing? So this is a map book of Philadelphia. Now, I want to point something out here to help me try to figure it out. There's no zip codes in this thing. There's no zip codes. Robbie, good to see you. There's no zip codes. So it's Philadelphia, PA, Liberty, Lincoln Building, Rittenhouse, 68520. Camden, New Jersey, Cooper Street, Woodlawn, 35100. All the advertising that's in the back is the same. All right. So this is actually a page from the back. This is the last page of the index. There is no back cover. All right. But it literally has every single street in Philadelphia and the surrounding suburbs. It's insane. The original atlas has been compiled from actual field research. It embraces for the first time all existing streets with complete house numbering system, apartments, hospitals, schools, golf courses, parks, cemeteries, important through streets, and traffic flow. Crazy. It is in color, so you can see in color, right? And then again, you see the same thing, no zip codes. No zip codes. And when you see the phone numbers, you'll see all that too, right? There's no area codes. All right, so I think that puts it in the early 40s, somewhere in the 40s to 50s. All right. So, Iowa Cowboy, good to see you. Let's start this one. It has sold elsewhere for $30. I'm going to do 20 on it. It's got all the great advertising. It's got the color maps. Forest Hill Cemetery. Cheltenham, Montgomery County. And then the complete street index, of which this is the last page. So in the back, that's where it ends with the index of streets. Really cool. Very super happy to see this one. One just like this, like I said, did sell elsewhere for about 30. So hopefully we'll have a little fun with that. Have a little fun with that. All right, this I'm not going to stack up on the books because it's not going to fit. Let's set this one to the side. All right, here we go. I started out the show with this one, talking about it, but never showed it. We got any fraternity members in there? Directory of the Zeta Psi Fraternity, 1926, compiled by R.W. Dunn. Gilded pages. Look at the gilding on this thing. It's gorgeous. Yona, good to see you. Look at the gilding on this thing. Super sharp. Zeta Psi. This is an ex-library book from Colby College. Withdrawn. So it's got the tear out of the card on the back there, right? How cool is that? A complete index of every chapter of the Zeta Psi Fraternity, 1926. Let's get that one going for you. Survey says I got 8 on it. Let's do $5. Yona's in on that one. There you go. Thank you very much for the bid. Much appreciated. I'll run it a little quicker than 30 seconds from for the next one. Good to see you again. How you doing? All right. Boom. $5. Winner. 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 Chicken dinner. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Looking forward to the weekend. Is that bad because it's only Wednesday? Same here. Yeah. All right. I hear you. I hear you. There's a few other books here that I ran before. We can get back to them in a little bit, unless you see anything that you're interested in there. I'm going to just reach into the other box. Of course, as usual, I've got some stuff in the store. These I did not put in the store yet. And we got some bangers. I do get requests for kids' books. I do have some nice one. What's the little green one? This one right here. Gold Dust. Here, let me show you. This is 1897. It's crazy. This does not look like a book from 1897. I know. But I'm going to freak you out when I open it up. Charlotte Young. Let me read the inscription first. Carmelita Skeen, presented by the Sunday School of the Lutheran Church of the Transfiguration, Christmas 1897. Gold Dust, a collection of golden counsels for the sanctification of daily life, edited by Charlotte Young, Philadelphia. Copyright 1897. Sick. This, I don't know if this thing was kept in a drawer all these years. Crazy. Just slightly off-white pages. Insane. Insane. I got 10 bucks on it. Less than 30 seconds if you're interested. $10, 15 seconds. Bless you. All right. As always, I'm happy to talk price. So, how about 8 bucks? 30 seconds. Shit. How about 8 bucks? There you go. Happy to get it to someone who will enjoy it. Yeah, there's some stuff in here tonight, my friend, that is just redonkulous. I did make some time to do a little bit of research on some of these, and they're crazy. There are some crazy books in here. This one is I'll just flip through them backwards real quick. Temple Worship, which a book of religious songs. I have a copy of, let's see, 1933 Services for the Feast of Tabernacles, Hebrew Publishing, so it's in Hebrew and English throughout, 1933. I got a copy of the 1929 Upper Moreland High School Yearbook. And then this one, I started out with the banger. Woman in Girlhood, Wifehood, and Motherhood by Dr. Solaris Cohen, A Guide to Hygiene, Toxicology, and Pediatrics. And this one is, where is it? 1906. 1906, color book plates throughout, along with diagrams and sketches and photos. The book plates are beautiful in here. And you get some black and whites and grayscale stuff. Outdoor sports for women. So this one's really cool. I like that one a lot. All right. Got the woman book, the yearbook. Please run that one. Okay. Let's do this. I get these over here. I'll tell you what I had on this one. Get this out of here. All right. Did some research. I got 25 on it. I'll run it for 20. Not for 30 seconds. Whew, caught myself. Susan, hey. How you doing tonight? Good to see you. Thank you so much for your bid. How about that? Susan, a first purchase. Congratulations. This is what I do on all new first purchases.
That was easy.
That was easy. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Cool and Common Tribe. Yeah, it is really neat. It is really neat. I spent a little time with it today, and it is a very cool book. Okay, thank you for that. All right, hey. So where were we? So I do have a few. There's a couple of kids' books in here. Here's one of them. Great deal too. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, I'm one of the sellers that does not necessarily have to squeeze every single penny out of every single thing I sell. If I make a profit and I get it in the hands of people who are going to like it, I'm fine with that. All right, kids' book, December 25th, Christmas present, 1943, to a dear little niece from Aunt Naomi and Uncle Edgar. And I guess it was to Jane because Jane wrote her name in it. That's kind of cute. Old Mother West Wind. There's of course, like many books in this time period, it's part of a series. Thornton Burgess. There is a little separation here on the spine. Do-do-do-do. The innards are real nice. And then other than that name in the front, there's no real, I don't see any other markings. A little bit of staining here and there. But that's it. Got the one book plate up front. And copyright 1910. Got 10 on it. Let's run it for lucky number 7. Lucky number 7. Old Mother West Wind. 1910. All right. Put them back here. The Old Mother. Okay. It's a fun little book. The Missionary Spoke of the Epworth Wheel. So it's the spoke of the wheel, get it? This is from the League at Work series. It's a little series of handheld books. It is religious based. It's about missionaries. This particular book is about missionary service. The obligation resting upon the Epworth League to interest its members in missions. There you go. Copyright 1897. There you go. Britt, good to see you. Cute little one. $5, 15 seconds. All right, one more time, $3. $3 if anybody's interested. I'm always happy to bundle stuff together or talk price, so don't be afraid to ask. Happy to discuss. I do have, so all the books that I'm showing here to you now are not in the store. But of course you can see I do have some books in the store. So if there's anything there you want to see, let me know. If you're jumping around show to show, throw down a pre-bid. I'll make sure I run them all before the end of the show tonight. All right. This is a popular book. And worth a little bit of a nickel or two if you can get it with the dust cover. My Cousin Rachel, Daphne du Maurier. Doubleday. Obviously no dust jacket here. Little tear there. But pretty popular book. Pretty popular book. A little romance, I think, in here. Pages are off-white. It's got that great heavy paper feel to it. You've got this one? Yeah? Oh, it is. Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. Great book. My Cousin Rachel. Very nice. This is a 1952 copy. Just going to throw $3 on it. Oh, that's cool, Susie. Amanda, hello. I think elsewhere I've had some Daphne du Maurier before. I think I might have sold one or two here before. I love this next one. I love this next one. Check this out. Look at the color on this. The FBI. Landmark Books, number 46. The FBI by Quentin Reynolds with a foreword by J. Edgar Hoover. This is a 1963 copy. Let's take a look at the spine. Real nice. The back is in great shape. The back inside cover. I guess those are the G-men getting ready to, they've got their man cornered in the barn, and they're zooming in on it. Off-white pages. There are some photos here. FBI agent photos. Crazy stuff in here. Tire and heel print examination. This is way before CSI. This is way before CSI. A portion of the firearms reference collection in the FBI laboratory. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Woo! Excuse me. Really cool photos in this. And then let's go. Let's see him. J. Edgar Hoover. There you go. Look at that. Crazy. John Edgar Hoover, the director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, U.S. Department of Justice. 1963 copy. Originally, first edition was 1954. This is the 1960. To my godchild, Stephen Humphrey Bogart. Is that Humphrey Bogart? I don't know. That is a super clean copy of 1963's. Oh, thank you, Susan. Uh, Super clean copy. Again, I'll keep the weight light. I got 10 on this one. I'll run it for 8. 15 seconds. I do use flat rate shipping. So once your weight gets above a pound, your shipping is free. I try to take the edge off that a little bit. Most of my books, even the big heavy duty ones that are, 2-3 pounds, instead of getting hit with one book charge for $9 shipping, I'd like to sell more books. So I can try to keep the weight low, 4 to 7 ounces. That way, after you buy your third book, you've already paid for your shipping. And if you want one book, all right, I'll eat the rest. I'll eat the balance of the shipping. It's okay. There's the FBI, 1963. I was super happy to see this one. Again, did a little research. This is a bit of a history book. The Golden Warrior, a novel of the Norman Conquest by Hope Muntz. 1970 copy. Got the dust jacket in real good shape. A couple of nicks here around the top. Very nice, very nice. And then the book itself, we got a book plate on the inside. Germantown Friends School Academic Honors, George W. Emlyn III History Award, Jennifer Mary Davidson, June 5th, 1986. Signed by the headmaster of the school. All right, so we're holding somebody's history award in our hands. Price clip. All right, somebody won the history award at their school and got this as an award. Very cool. Copyright 1970. This book goes as high as 30. I had 20 on it. I'm going to run it for 12 bucks. For the next 15 seconds, up and running. Hope everybody's doing good out there. Thanks everybody for stopping on in. I appreciate you. Always glad to hang out with some like-minded folks who dig books. All right, put this one up here now. I do a book show every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. And every Wednesday, it's a different category of books, right? So This is my Antiquarian and Vintage show. I do a book on adult topics, mystery and suspense, fantasy, horror, sci-fi, and kids books. And then there's a lot of crossover, right? So, for example, I've got some Antiquarian science fiction books, and I've got some Antiquarian mystery and suspense, and etc., etc., right? So, all kinds of cool stuff. If that doesn't sell at my vintage show, I'll bring it to the sci-fi show, and vice versa. All right, this is a little bit different. It's not a novel. It's not a biography or anything. It is an early V8 service manual. Covers all Ford V8 cars and trucks from 1922 to 1950 with over 1,000 illustrations. Super neat. Any gearheads out there? You know any gearheads? I mean, just the diagram. If you got a gearhead that you know, a car lover, they will totally geek out just over all the illustrations and all the diagrams. And even though the spine's a little worn, you can see it's been used, but a lot of times these things are just covered in oily fingerprints and, age because they sat in someone's garage. No, this book's in nice shape. This book's in nice shape. It is from, what year was this? Let's see. I didn't write down what year it was. Fourth printing, 1972. I did do the research. Have to go to bed. Oh, I'm glad you stopped in too, Susan. Yeah, definitely. Please give me a follow, throw down some bookmarks, and look forward to seeing you at future shows. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, so this bad boy right here, that's a $10 book, but I'm going to run it at 8 for the next 15 seconds. All right, the V8 service manual. All right. All right, here's another kid's book. Cowboy Sam and the Rustlers. Cowboy Sam and the Rustlers. Just have a little rip here on the top outside spine. Little corner missing here. Fireball, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. You have a little bit of drawing on that inside cover page. Ex-library book. The story's all there. These 4-color, I guess it's more like I think it's a 3-color print on this. It's all red, yellow, and black. Every illustration, red, yellow, and black. Illustrated throughout. Really neat to see that. It's got a little grime on it. My guess is it was well read back in the day. Cowboy Sam and the Rustlers, Edna Walker Chandler. Pictures by Jack Merriweather. There you go. Nice little book. I know it has sold elsewhere for 8. I'm just going to run it for 3. It's got some wear on it. A little bit of grime, this and that. This next book is a serious book. I know we only got 1 or 2 people in here, but I gotta show it. I could always show it again. I can always show it off. It'll probably end up in my buy it now, but you gotta check this out. So there's they say sex sells. The other thing that sells is tragedy. Sex and tragedy both sell. And this book was sitting in the bottom of a box of books that I purchased. And I saw it and I went, what the hell is this? It looks like a, let's take a closer look here. This looks like a, what is this, a memorial or something? Is it a cemetery book? What is this? Let me read it. In recognition of the courage, skill, and enterprise of the employees of all departments and their spirit of loyalty, effective cooperation, and endurance under stress during the unprecedented ice runs and floods of March 1936, the Board of Directors of the Pennsylvania Water and Power Company and Safe Harbor Water Power Corporation have erected this tablet as a lasting expression of their appreciation of the work of the organizations in the maintenance of service under trying conditions, protection of the company's property, and quick restoration of equipment to normal operating conditions. Signed by the chairman of the board, Oliver E. Winwood. This book, all right, there's a little bit of separation here on the cloth and the cover. This is the Power and Electric Company of Pennsylvania, and in 1936 there was ice and flooding, and this book is full of photographs of all the tragic things that they found from the Pennsylvania Water and Power Company and the Safe Harbor Corporation. There's a description of the causes of the floods. Unprecedented floods were experienced in March 1936 on many of the rivers in the eastern part of the U.S. Everywhere, the causes were about the same. Unusually long, continued, and severe freezing weather, sounds familiar, caused by deep frost in the ground and thick ice covers on lakes and streams. Heavy accumulation of snow lay on the ground at the end of the freeze. Thawing weather melted much of the snow, filling the streams and saturating the ground. Sounds familiar. Finally, a heavy rain washed off the remaining snow, causing the already swollen streams to rise faster and higher than they first thought possible. The Susquehanna River Basin is larger than any other river in the U.S., draining into the Atlantic Ocean. Yada, yada, yada. All these photos. There's like before and after photos. Crazy, crazy sick stuff. Who else is in here now? Jim, good to see ya. Photo bug. Hey, perfect timing. On the stop log deck at Holtwood, some damage was done by high water and floating debris. Crazy. Here's all the damage to the power plant, right? So I flipped through this, and that's what it is. It's this amazing record in history of this company's efforts to restore electric power back to the people. All right. So then I had to do some research. I gotta read you the research. I love doing this kind of stuff. This is what AI should be used for. Let me grab a drink of water. So I asked my friendly neighborhood AI. I gave it the title. I gave it Oliver E. Winwood, and I said, "Tell me about it, and how much is it worth?" This is what I got back. The book Ice and Floods, Holtwood and Safe Harbor, March 1936, is a rare first edition commemorative volume published by the Pennsylvania Water and Power Company and the Safe Harbor Water Power Corporation. It was published in 1936 as a limited edition for distribution only to employees of the power companies. It recognizes their collective efforts to safeguard the Holtwood and Safe Harbor dams and the surrounding community during the unprecedented flooding and ice jams in the early spring of 1936. The 157-page book is lavishly illustrated with sepia-toned and black and white photographs documenting the crisis, flood damage, and protection efforts, followed by a section of employee portraits. An original copy typically features flexible green leather binding, that's that, with yapped edges, gilt text reproducing a commemorative plaque, and was originally issued in a lidded presentation box with an onion skin dust jacket. Don't have that. As of April 2026, this title is considered very uncommon and highly collectible. Current market price is approximately $350 for a copy in near fine condition. What? What? All right. I don't know if this is near fine condition or fine condition compared to what. That is definitely leather. There's a little separation there. It is complete. The spine's in great shape. Crazy. I'm going to run it once for $100. Now, I did see one sell, and it was a lot more than that, I'll just say. Elsewhere. I'll let it go for a little bit here. 20 seconds. All right. A C note on the rare, and just the photos in here alone are just insane. I do sell ephemera, and a lot of the best-selling postcards are those that have photographs of the Great Flood or the Great Fire in the town, or that kind of stuff. Yeah, I didn't necessarily expect anybody to pick that up tonight, but it's fun to share this. So I like doing that, especially for my friends there on YouTube, who I haven't said hi to yet. I am simulcasting on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, there you go. You got a little bit of history, and you got to see a rare $350 book, not sell for $100. That's all right. That's all right. All right. Got a couple of big boy books. I mean, big heavy books. See if anybody's into these. The Book of Old Ballads. All right. A Book of Old Ballads selected with an introduction by Beverly Nichols. 1934. Let's get down here a little bit. There you go. This is profusely illustrated. Don't want to get in trouble with my friends at Whatnot. All right. Little Mermaid action. Little Mermaid action. That's a little bit more. Is this a kid's book? God, I hope not. All right. The Book of Ballads. 1934. Classic British ballads, songs, poems. Beautiful book plates. Gorgeous. And I think there was a little bit of an introduction here. Yeah, here you go. Forward by Beverly Nichols. These poems are the very essence of the British spirit. They are to literature what the bloom of the heather is to the Scot and the smell of the sea to the Englishman. All that is beautiful in the old world, patriotism, a word which of late has been twisted to such ignoble purposes, is latent in these gay and full-blooded measures. All right, 1934. Yo, Jerry, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. How you doing tonight? How's work going? Of course, I knew that. I'm gonna run this one for 20. I'll run it for 15. Do-do-do. Good. Good. I'm glad. Glad to hear that. Do anything special for Easter this weekend? Going out to family? Family coming to you? All right, let's set this one to the side. We've got to make room for the next big one. Nothing special? Yeah, us too. We're just gonna kind of be at home. One of my sons is sick, so he's gonna stay at college. I don't know if I'm going to pick up the other one at college or not. And everybody else is out and about. Before you go, Jerry, I got to show you this book that I showed a few minutes ago before you popped on. I think you'd dig it. just to look at it, not to buy it. All right, we got a big boy, 1954, Jean Adamar, book of the artist Daumier. This book is called Honor Daumier, so it is an art book. Great color book plates, black and white, a little bit about the artist. It is a French printing, so the text is in French. The lithographs are gorgeous, but the text is all in French. So this whole front section about his life and his work and what he did and blah blah blah, all French. And then all in the back, you've got the index and then all the art lithographs in the middle. Very cool. It does have the protective Mylar cover. The Mylar cover is ripped here, but I'm keeping it on just to help protect it for shipping and such. So let me run this one. This one has sold. I've seen it for 20 to do 15. Get it up and running. And then I'll circle back to this other book. All right, check this one out. Check this one out. Get that description sheet out of here. All right, check this thing out. This was at the bottom of a box of books I recently purchased. I had no clue what it was. Did the research, let AI help me a little bit. This book is from March 1936. It's a first edition commemorative volume published by the Pennsylvania Water and Power Company and the Safe Harbor Water Power Corporation. It was published in 1936 as a limited edition for distribution only to employees of the power companies. It recognizes their collective efforts to safeguard the Holtwood and Safe Harbor dams and the surrounding community during the unprecedented flooding and ice jams in the early spring of 1936. This 157-page book is lavishly illustrated with sepia tones and black and white photographs documenting the crisis, flood damage, protection efforts, followed by a section of employee portraits. An original copy typically features flexible green leather binding, that's what you're looking at, yapped edges, gilt text reproducing a commemorative plaque, right there, and was originally issued in a lidded presentation box with an onion skin dust jacket. Don't have that. As of 2026, this title is considered very uncommon and highly collectible. Typical current market price approximately $350 for a copy in near fine condition. What? All right, so forget the price for a minute. Look at this book. It's got the plaque on the top. There's a little bit of separation. This is green tinted leather. Still in decent shape. Yapped edges. Here's the edge. It flips over, right? Look at this thing is full of photos of all the damage and all the flood and ice damage kind of before and after in the power plants, everything they had to fix, how messed up everything was. It's crazy. Flood damage and repairs at Holtwood. Just stuff in the middle of the river. Crazy stuff. The book is chock full of all these damage photos. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you and I were always looking for like postcards with the flood or the fire or the other stuff, photographs. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, it's a whole book full of it. I don't know. I ran it for 100 about 20 minutes or so ago, but yeah, isn't that cool? I figure I would show it here and talk about it a little bit, see if anybody was interested, but uh, that might be better off in another platform. We'll see. Got another big art book. Ooh, Allentown. Now, yes, now we're talking. Yes, that's kind of what I mean. Yeah, Allentown. Big time. Big time. All right, here we go. Got another art book. Piero della Francesca by Eleonora Baratti. I don't know why I went into my Adam Sandler voice there for a second, but it just seemed right. All right, another great artist with gorgeous art prints. Great stuff. All right, this one is in English. The last art book we had a little bit earlier was about a French artist, and it was in French. This about the Italian artist in English. Milky, how you doing? Gonna run this one for 5. Keep the weight light. Yeah, I've already started putting piles of stuff together for Allentown. Okay. All right. Let me show this one again. I started the show with this one. It's a cool one. The Franklin Authentic Street Atlas of Philadelphia and the Suburbs. There's no date on it, but it's got to be from the early 40s to the 50s because there's no zip codes. There's no zip codes on any of the addresses in here. New year, new me. All right. None. It's all in color. And the cool thing about it is here, where's the... all right, this page is from the index in the back. All right. So there's one page separated. This original atlas has been compiled from actual field research. It embraces for the first time all existing streets with complete house numbering systems, apartments, hospitals, schools, golf courses, parks, cemeteries, important through streets, and traffic flow. Again, we got the color maps. Oh, you haven't put your vacation time in yet for Allentown? Oh, definitely, dude. Cemetery, 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 cemetery. Country club. Who would put a country club right next to the Holy Sepulchre Cemetery? Cedarbrook Country Club is adjacent to a cemetery. Who knew? Very cool. I do know for a fact, because I did a little research on this show before we came. This one actually sold for $65 elsewhere. Not that that matters, because I'm going to run it right now for $25. Robin Reeds, good to see you, Robin. Yeah, Allentown's going to be a little weird for me this year because I'm going to be there Friday and set up. Saturday is my mother's 80th birthday party. So I will not be in attendance on the Saturday, but I will be there Sunday, the final day. So it's going to be one of those weird kind of weekends. And then the very following weekend, the Saturday after the Allentown Paper Show, is the Lehigh Valley Comic Book Show. which I'm going to do again with Rat Stash. So looking forward to that. Going to be bringing a ton. I got a ton of great comics. I've been sorting them every night for a couple hours now, getting them priced and everything. Yeah. I'll definitely be there on the Sunday, buddy. And then 2 weeks after that is the pinball show at the Allentown. Every year in Allentown, they do a pinball show. A buddy of mine is really into pinballs. He buys them, he rebuilds them, refurbishes them. Super talented guy, really great. And he's been asking me to come with him for the last couple of years, and I just wasn't able to. And then one year he wasn't. Anyway, this year we're going, but it's the day after the comic book show. So it's Allentown Paper Show next Saturday. The comic book show, but it's the same weekend as the pinball show. So we're going to the pinball show on Sunday. Yeah, it'll be fun. It's a little hectic, but it'll be fun. All right. Speaking of fun, oh, I didn't show this one yet. All right. Look what I found in that new box of books. First of all, yes, it's a diary. Look at the embossing on this thing. Gorgeous. It's got a little spine wear, a little wear around the edges. You know why people buy diaries, don't you? To read what's on the inside. Sandra Greason, 370 Main Street, Souderton, PA. The 1940-1941 diary. There's the calendars. 1940-1941. The Everyday Diary. So if you want to get a feel for what life was like right before the war, this thing is full every day. Every day, religiously, there is something in here. Let's pick a random. What's today? Today's April 1st. Let's go to April 1st. Let's go find April 1st. Let's read April 1st. Here we go. We're in April the 8th. April 1st. After supper, I went with LMA over to Howard Godshall's. Had a lot of fun looking at old pictures. The dances, something were so short, and the dresses were so short and the waists so low. They certainly looked funny. That was all the rage in the 30s. In their day, not in the 30s. That was all the rage in their day. Paul has named his bunny that he got for Easter from his daddy. There you go. April 1st. Oh, this is April 1st. I'm reading April 2nd. April 1st. Mush Mush Jr. was at the stone all day helping Peter arrange the furnishings. I told Mush he would find some girl. He would make some girl a good husband, as he would be a wizard at dusting. Doris bought me a chocolate ice cream cone after school. We had as well. Sauerkraut supper for a change. Oh, jeez. Hey, it's a diary. There you go. Crazy. It sounds like they were from the 30s, maybe, or maybe the 20s, like the Flappers. In my head, I was thinking she's talking about like pictures of the Flappers or something like that with short skirts and low waists. In the 20s, man, they were horny as hell back in the 20s, man. Some of those, you find some of that stuff. Yeah, got to be the Flappers. See some of those photos, you're like, damn. The Lost Ledger is in. Hello, Lost Ledger. Thank you for your bid on the diary. First purchase here on the Cool and Common stream. This is what I do here.
That was easy.
That was easy. Very good get. Very good get. Yes, Lost Ledger. Thank you so much. Great to have you here as part of the tribe now. So I do use flat rate shipping in all my shows. So once you hit that $9.21, shipping's free after that. I try to keep the weights low on the book shows, just so nobody buys a $3 2-pound book and has to pay $9 in shipping for it, right? It was easy, yeah. um, and I also have coupons, so you should have just gotten your coupon in bronze level for the rewards program. So I don't make you buy $100 worth of books. If you buy something, boom, you get the reward. Okay, so I make it pretty easy and painless. Buy that one back from you. uh, Come to a show. Oh, wait a minute now. Oh, that's funny. All right, how about a couple of Meadowbrook girls? All right, got a few Meadowbrook girls here. I do have some kids' books. There's one or two in there. The Old West Wind, and there was the Cowboy Sam and the Rustlers. Here's the Meadowbrook Girls by the Sea by Janet Aldridge. This one is 1914. Got kind of the usual wear, off-white pages. But wait, that's not all. The Meadowbrook Girls Afloat. I don't like where this is going. They go out to the sea and then they're floating. Wait a minute. Sounds like this is 1913. Sounds like somebody pushed them off the boat and they're floating. Heard you mentioning Allentown. Will that be your first time going? No, I've been going to Allentown for about 6 years, and I've been selling there for the last 5 years. I presume you have been there. Yes. I got one more Brent Meadowbrook girl. This one's got the dust jacket. Nice one. Ephemera. I sell ephemera, comic books, um, mostly ephemera. So I do an ephemera show here on Whatnot as well. I haven't done one in a while, just because I've been kind of reorganizing everything. But yeah, postcards, photographs, anything paper related, advertising, all kinds of neat stuff. So our booth is you'll see All Things Cool and Common. That's the company name. And when you come in the main entrance, make a right hand turn. And if you walk straight into the big room, we are the first table on the outside edge in the second, I guess it's the second row. Yep. So you just make that right hand turn in the first entrance. I forget the booth number. Um, but yeah, we're right there, right on the outside edge in the big room. Yeah, come and say hi. Uh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I share the booth with my friends Rat Stash, Renee and Todd. So they'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there on Sunday. They'll be there Saturday and Sunday. Good. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to run these three books while we're chatting away here. Uh, let's see, two without and one with. Let's just do $12, $4 a book. What do you say? 15 seconds? Sounds good to me. Yeah, Allentown Paper Show is so much fun. So much fun. It took me about 3 years before I stopped buying more than I sold when I was there. That's a bad business plan. Hey, I went to the Allentown Paper Show. I sold stuff. Yeah, what did you? Oh, I did good. I made $500. Yeah, how much did you buy? $800 worth of stuff. $10, 15 seconds. All 3 books. Yeah, it sounds like your business plan, Jerry. Yeah. Plus, Ledger, if you're not already following Greed's Deeds, Jerry, my friend there, Greed's Deeds, he sells ephemera as well. Lots of other cool stuff here. You got to check him out. All right, thanks for looking at the Meadowbrook Girls. Put them up here too. I haven't looked for any pre-bids in a minute. Let me look here. Oh, we do have one. Jonathan Swift. Okay. Let me go get the pre-bid on Jonathan Swift. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. All right, here we go. Let me pin this one. All right, so as described, we do have a little glued spine cloth. The book opens well. Let's take a look. All right, this has been glued. It is circa 1905 because there's somebody got it in 1905. Got the old. It's got that great heavy paper, that old paper that's so much better than anything modern. Super nice copy. Super nice. Well, except for the glued spine. So it's a fair to fair plus copy, I'll call it. Yeah. All right, let's do it. $8, 15 seconds. Walter, thank you for the pre-bid. So much appreciated. Another first purchase tonight. Awesome.
That was easy.
That was easy. Thank you, Walter. Much appreciated. $11.25. All right. Doing good. Looking good. Looking good. Let me show some of these paperbacks here. So these are all, obviously, we spent the first hour and a half here going through some of the hardbacks. Let me just flip through some paperbacks. I do have a large amount of vintage paperbacks. Again, I do a number of different book shows. So every Wednesday it's a book show, 10 p.m. Eastern. But every week it's a different topic. So there's Antiquarian, adult topics, mystery and suspense, fantasy, horror, sci-fi, kids books. Those are the main categories I sell in. But there's crossover, and then there's some books that don't fit. But these are some vintage paperbacks. Let me know if there's anything you see here you like. Executive Suite, Valentine, Cowboy, Renegade Canyon, Peter Dawson, great cover. The Hunters, the unforgettable story of the jet fighter pilots, the big novel of the supersonic war in the air. Seems like the basis for Top Gun, right? Skinner, Walden 2, a controversial novel of morality and immorality in a scientifically shaped utopia. There's a lot of topics in this book that are very cogent today, as a matter of fact. Roughly speaking, a reprint of a bestseller, Warner Brothers movie tie-in. And this, Little Masterpieces of Science. I like this book. Little Masterpieces of Science. A Liberal Education, Memory, Mechanism in Thought and Morals, Sight and Savages, Twins, Their History as a Criterion, The New Study of Children, a little writing in some of the margins here. The New Study of Children, all different essays, The Evolution of Man. Very interesting. 1902, the latest in scientific technology, discussion, and thought from 1902. Let's run this one. If anybody saw anything else there in the paperbacks you liked, let me know. But I'm going to run this one, The Little Book of Science. Okay. $3, 15 seconds. Jess is into it. All right, Jess. Way to go. Very nice. Excellent. Jess, thank you so much. Good to see you unlocking bronze. Unlocking bronze.
That was easy.
That was easy. All right, set this one aside for you. All right, what else can I dig out here? All right, I got another handful of paperbacks. The complete text of Mac Bird. Mac Bird is a sarcastic play written about the former president. Love some of these covers coming up here. The Golden Hawk by Frank Yerby. What this pirate wanted was revenge. Cardinal 35 center. Great shape. Sexy covers. Pirates. Cotton Country, also known as The Fingers of Night. Her father would horsewhip her if he knew. Uh-huh. Subtitled Rolling Around in the Hay. Next one, A Cold Wind in August. Burton Wall, the daring and intimate close-up of a reckless love affair. Edison Marshall, Caravan to Xanadu, the intimate story of the greatest adventurer who ever lived. And Deep is the Night, James Wellard, driven by the fierce cry of his flesh. Dell 25 center. All right. Any of those, let me know. In the chat, be happy to run it for you. All right. We'll put them over here so everybody can see them. Again, if there's anything back there you see you like, let me know. Let's see. Can you rinse some of these? Why not? All right. Two books from the Cross Classic series. Robert Browning, Selected Poems. Little dog-eared corner down there. Robert Browning, Selected Poems. Looks like the student put some notes in there. Interesting to see what people thought of the poem, what insights they had. Selected Poems of Robert Browning and Alexander Pope, The Poetry of Pope. So we'll put these two together. No writing in this one. The Poetry of Pope and Robert Browning. Cross Classics. Gotta run. Okay, Jerry. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you hanging out. All right, so we're going to run the Crofts Classics. Let's do, instead of $3 each, let's do 2 for $5. 2 for $5, 15 seconds. Up and running. Both books, one money, $5. Up and running. All right, thanks for checking that out. Put these back together here so I don't forget them. Anybody into Western pulps by any chance? I got some vintage Western pulp magazines that are pretty cool. I didn't bring them down here for this show, but I do have them. Let's Fish, A Guide to Fresh and Saltwater Fishing. Harry Zarkey. Ex-library book. I like some of these because, well, they got the cool drawings and everything, but fishing geeks love this kind of stuff. Think about just about the fish and the different knots and tying and fly, especially the fly fishermen. All the different flies, and there's how to catch and how to cast. And really neat. Published March 10th, 1952. 1952. Let's fish. Let's dance. Put on your red shoes and fish for me. $3. Ex-library book. 15 seconds. That would have been a great David Bowie hit. Let's fish. Put on your waders and dance with me. Down, 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 down. Last 5 seconds. Always Snorlaxing. Man, I wish I could do a little more Snorlaxing. Good to see you. All right, that's the fishing book. Put that up there. We'll take a look over here. Nasty, good to see you. All right, let's run a couple more here. Harper's Modern Classics. Giants in the Earth. Ex-library. Still has the bookstore receipt in it. Glory of the Lord, the power of evil in high places, on the border of utter darkness, the heart that dared not let in the sun, facing the great desolation, what the waving grass revealed, rosy, rosy, home founding, toward the sunset, and the introduction. And then the editor's introduction. There's a lot of introduction here. The dramatic contrast between Peter Hansa, type of the natural pioneer who sees the golden light and promise of flooding, blah, 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 blah. Giants in the Earth, 1927, 1929, Harper Brothers. $3 start, 15 seconds, up and running. Alrighty. This is a hot one. Favorite novels of H. Rider Haggard. I hope that name's familiar. This is a 1928 book. There is a news article in here about H. Rider Haggard's books and about him. Ex Libris, Violet Barbara McCulloch. We'll go through some of his stories here. This is one volume edition, Blue Ribbon Books. Copyright 1928. 1928. Cleopatra. Volume 1 is Cleopatra. You'll recognize some of these names in a second, I hope. Volume 2 is She. She was made into a movie, a 1917 silent film, and then another movie in the 30s, and then they made it in the 80s as a kind of a goofy kind of movie. But She is kind of a science fiction about time travel and interdimensional travel. Kind of interesting. Volume 3, King Solomon's Mines. This is the guy who came up there. Let's put it this way. There would be no Raiders of the Lost Ark if not for H. Rider Haggard. Because he wrote King Solomon's Mines. Right? And then that character, Alan Quatermain, played by Richard... Who was it? Richard... why am I blanking on his last name? Richard Chamberlain. Richard Chamberlain in the movies. Maiwa's Revenge, Volume 5. All in one book. This is worth it just for the book, just for She. Just for She, it's worth it. H. Rider Haggard. Kind of a it's not a fancy book, but there's some great stuff in there. Started up at 5. 1928. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, my friends. This has been a fun night. I've had a great time hanging out with y'all, but it's 11:30 here on the East Coast, and tomorrow beckons. So I had a great time. I want to say thank you to everybody that showed up, everybody that bought a book, whether you did or didn't. I'm just happy you all came by and said hi and hung out. Appreciate it very much. If you'd be so kind, give me a follow. I'm rapidly approaching some kind of milestone for followers, so I might have to do something about that soon. Yeah, give me a follow. If you like books, please go back through my shows. I've got shows listed basically through like September and October right now. Every Wednesday night, 10 p.m., a book show. All right, and I try to keep stuff listed there. New to me. All right, awesome. Appreciate it, Lost Ledger. Yeah, definitely come on by, say hi, bookmark those shows, come and check it out. I try to run the same kind of chill show. I usually do the same kind of thing. I'll have a bunch of stuff in the store, but I'll also show stuff that I've got so many books. I don't have time to list them all. So I do this, right? I kind of show you what I got that I haven't listed quite yet, but there's stuff in the store that you can look through, pre-bid, ask to see, bundle, blah, 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 blah. So there you go. Appreciate you. So until then, well, let me see. Should we do a raid? Should we rate another book show? Let's see. Let us see. Who else is out there right now? Let's see. Dark romance. Oh, there's another Antiquarian show. Let's go visit Luca Milo. All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming in. If you just came in, I apologize. I'm just getting ready to shut it down, but we're going to go raid another vintage antiquarian bookseller right now. Please feel free to give me a follow and bookmark those book shows. Who was it? Luca, right? Luca Milo. All right, let's go in. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. Till next time, keep it cool, keep it common, keep it collected.